we are discussing about Recyclerview, right? So on the Recyclerview, so now almost we did for 50 to 60% of the code we already did. Like we created yesterday like one adapter class. After that, we created one custom XML. So that design part we completed here, right? So this is a custom XML which we created here. So in this now we designed. So we designed almost what we want here, like four images plus one, sorry, one image plus four text views. We designed here this. Now in a here, so we supposed to do something here, right? Now, so in this we enable the data binding or not, just we will see here. So we enable the data binding, right? So now here we have to enable. So the XML name will be here custom, right? So the binding will be also generated on the name of custom only. So here you have to define the binding. So that is a var binding. So binding colon. So that is the custom binding, right? So custom binding equal to nullify condition. So similar way, like there we have like we created like a XML name followed by binding, right? So similar here, we have defined this here. Then once this is done, here now within this class here, now we have to add the this like I told yesterday here, like we have to create an layout inflator, right? So for that here, we have to define that is the binding. So that binding here we have to access binding equal to, so that is the data binding util dot inflate. So we have to inflate the view. So we have to inflating the layout view. So here that is inflate here layout inflator dot. So layout inflator dot from. So you have to add the from. So that is from parent dot context, means from the parent context. This class we cannot say as a context because this is not extended as activity. So we are calling from here also the main activity. Then from here we are defining that layout. So that is the custom layout. So that custom layout. Then from here view group I'm treating as a null. Then finally reverse layout it is possible like so. This is I created like this, right? Then from here we have to return the view. So that we have to return. So that is return is nothing but binding that get root. So get root is nothing but here get and set is common. So we have added the root, right? So it is showing an error. So what is that? Root. So not null. It is not taking. So maybe sometimes it will take like let. So here this we are passing into my view folder, right? Within a my view folder, we are passing into this. So within a my view folder, we are passing this into here. So now maybe sometimes it may expect the null. So we have to write like this, right? So means whatever this is coming, so directly that we are forwarding to this here. So now within this here, within this class, so we have to find out, like we have to map this to this here. So for that also here now, here within this here binding dot. So binding equal to. So what we have to do here, this is the view holder class, right? So within a view holder class, so that is also here data binding dot. Okay, maybe it is not calling here. Again, we have to define var binding colon. So that is the data binding util. Means this is another class, so it is not calling here. Okay, sorry, wait. Custom binding. So custom binding equal to data binding util dot. So that we are calling a data binding util dot get binding. So we have to bind this. So what get binding? So this whatever the item view we are adding, so that we are mapping into this. So here it will check this null exception, right? So that is done. So where that is binding, we are declaring like this, it is clear. So then now in a last here, we have to map the data. So whatever the data is there, so that we have to map with reference of this folder. So with reference of this folder, we have to map this data here. So that is the folder dot. So my v folder. So that is folder dot binding dot. So first we have to add the name. So that dot text. So we are setting the text that is equal to ADB names, right? From the names dot get. So within this, now we have to write that folder dot adapter position. So that is the folder dot adapter position. So this we have to write here, this adapter position, right? Similar way, we will write for the other. So for like image, it will be little bit different. But for this, it should be common. Like, wait a minute. Okay, so here, this is the ADB address. So here, ADB address dot. So this is the ADB email. So here it is the ADB mail. So this is the ADB phone. So here ADB mobile. Done. So here this we are getting as an integer. So we have to convert that to string. Right. So finally, we have to assign to the image also, right? So if you want to assign to this image, so that is the holder dot binding dot ADB. What we have written that ADB image, right? ADB image dot. So for this, set image resource. So this we will get as the from ADB image dot get adapter position. ADB image dot folder dot adapter position. Done. So now I'm running this. First we'll see this output. Then after that we'll apply the listener and all. So I'm running this in emulator. We will see first this. See, now it is launching. See, whatever we have given, that name it came. But here now, if you observe, my name could be last, but it came first here. Why? Because of this. So because of here, yeah, sorry, my net got connected and disconnected. So now what we see in this output here, right? So this output will be clear, right? In this now, whatever my name is here last, it came on a first. Why? Because here we have given this reverse layout as a true. So that's the reason it came like that. But now what I'm doing here, this reverse layout, I'm changing as a false, right? I'm changing this as a false. Again rerunning. Now we will see. So whatever order we given, so that will be aligned in that order. See, it will be here like this. So it will be, it came in a proper order, right? First, whatever with data we given, so that came in that order only. So now this will be okay. So here, because of this vertical, it came here like this. So if I change, suppose horizontal, if I change horizontal, see here now, it will come side by side. See here now, I can scroll left to right like this. So this is the way it will work here. But here I'm changing this again as a vertical. But here now, like whatever the data is displaying, that is clumsy. Like I want a space or one separation for each and every. So the separation, like last time we did there, right? We can create a border, but I don't want to create a border. That is a low, like that is a older one. Now, as for the latest, now I have to use, one different, that is the card view. I want to use the card view. So I'll create here the card view. So this is material design. So from the material design component I'm adding here. So that is the card view. That is a card view I'm adding here. See, this is the card view. Batch parent, wrap content. So for this card, I'm giving some margin. So some margin 10 dp. So this card I'll close after these all the elements. So here I'll close after here. So I closed after here. But after I close that also, still it not came. So here it has to close like this. Why it is?
You are closing the linear layout instead of card view.
Yo, wait. So yeah, here you have to close. Outside of this, I have to close. Right. Now it is closing the card view. But here it came like this. So, but card view normally we will apply for the this. Now we will see it will come properly. Otherwise, we have to modify something. See, now it is installing. So it came in a different way. Why? Because this has not given here. So that's why here we have to give one more linear layout here. So linear layout, match parent, wrap content, orientation as horizontal. Then this is supposed to close before this. So here you have to close this. Right. Now I'm running this. See, now it came here like this. Why it not came full screen?
The card will be height will is a wrap content that is fine.
Yeah, height of wrap content. But here this we given a orientation now. So we'll give this orientation as vertical.
Why for vertical we are
No,
inserting in the
whatever
horizontal.
you given, you won't give also no problem. Just we are giving this for this. So without giving that also it will work. It means normal it should work. Because now from here it will align this view only. Because single element in this entire layout it will be a single element. No, still it not key. Mm, mm, mm. Match parent wrap content. Here what we given. Here also it is match parent. Okay. And then it should come full screen. But why it is not coming off screen? Before card view it came in a full screen. But now it has changed it to the off screen. Even for card view, we given a width as a match parent. Text view and are also here match parent only. And then what is the issue here? Here it is showing properly only. But while generating the content, it is coming as the wrap content. Wrap content. So after running or not displaying match parent horizontally. almost the same, but we'll try once. And here once we'll click back, it should come, right? So copy code. Now we'll run and we'll see. Only here it is given just instead of image map wrap content, this given as a size, fixed size. So remaining all are same. We will see. Okay, what happened here now? Okay, binding not given. Layout. So this was missing. So I'm adding the binding here. Right now it is running. Still it is same. Mhm. This we will give as a relative layout. Then now we will try. But almost every time I'm giving like this only. What happened here this time? Yeah, now it came. So that is a linear layout. It is inside it is problem. So that's why it is not came. Now it is coming here. Right. Now what I have to do here, now I have to apply the event. So listener or event I want to apply here. I want to apply two listeners. One is for the image. If I click image, it should display some content. If I click the next one, so after the image, like other content is there, right? So when I click that one, so that should display some other content. So for that, I have to apply the listener. So if you want to apply such listener here, it's a very simple, like whatever listener for this you apply, so that you will apply within a uh, adapter class itself. So here we have to apply the listener. So where we added the data here. So here we mapped the data, right? Here we have to apply. So first I'm applying the listener folder dot. So that is a ADB image. So folder dot binding dot ADB image dot set on click listener. So because already the position is filtered here, so only we have to apply the set on click listener. So set on click listener. So that's it. So here now We will write the toast. So toast dot make text. So here context. Context we already defined here, right? So that is we defined here or no? I think we not yet defined. So here we will define the context over ADB context. ADB context column. So that we are defining as the context. So context equal to null. So then here within this now ADB context equal to, so that what it is coming. So this is the activity is coming, right? So this context here we are calling. Now here we have to define that ADB context so that it will so refer super class only. So here now image plus just I want to define the position. So image plus position. So then toast dot length long dot show dot show. That similar for the remaining portion. So if you want this remaining portion here, so for this layout, I'll give an ID. So this layout we can call this means this layout will call another portion, right? So that for that I'm giving here linear. So that's I'll call here now. So similar to here, just I'll paste here. So that is the binding dot linear. So here instead of image, I'll define as the text. Right. Now I'm running this. First we'll see the listener. So here now I'm clicking this image. Wait, here it is image 0, image 1. So I'm clicking here. So text 1 like this it is displaying. Right. So this way we will apply the listener for this. So this is the code like data we are getting from locally, like means the data. So that another way we can get the data from server side. So the server side we will see upcoming session. But now let us say I don't have any issues on the project, but still my project is not running. Means my project has some data mismatching, something like that kind of thing. So then I can do with the debugging. So for the debugging, so here I'm selecting these all are the points. These points we call as a debugger point. So I'm selecting everywhere this debugger points. So I'm selecting this debugger points here. So for every line I'm selecting here means every time there's no need of all the lines, but just for your understanding purpose, I'm selecting each and every line. So to see how that data is populating here, so that we will see here. So I'm writing each and every line here. So that, so instead of running here, now here from here, you have to go with the debug the app. So I'm going with the debug the app. See here how this app will open here. Now you can see here. So it will open, say that waiting for the debugger. Now here debugger point will open here. Now it will stop here, right? Now from here, we have to step here. So one step, resume program, one step, see here. Where this blue line is there, that is the where it is executing. So means whenever you not understand any flow, so that we can see here. Whatever the data here we are passing, that came here, see. This is the profile. So student profile, that images has came here. Now, if you see the next one, so that student names, so student names has came here, see. Student names has came here now. Addresses came here. So sorry, that is addresses, right? Addresses has came. Then after that, student names has came. Then email address will come. Wait. So application running. What happened here? Wait, something is happened here. Now I go back and I'll rerun this. Maybe this one is struck here. So it is relaunched. Now I'm clicking here. See, step by step means first names came, next this came. So then email IDs came, mobile numbers. So context, then it jump into this means the constructor data is passing properly or not. It will check and it will come back here. Then it goes to here return size, like how many, what is the length of the array? It will check here. So that many times this loop will repeat here. So it will check item by item. So now here, see, it is running as a 0 position. So you type 0, now 0, parent 0. So here it is calling here 0. Means here in a 0 position, it is checking all the data is available or not. So it is checking first all the data is available or not. Then it is coming to 1. Like this loop will be repeat that many times. So that many times this loop will repeat here like this. So I'm closing this now, but this many times that loop will repeat. So I'm running normally here now. I'm coming back from this. So I'm closing that one. I'm running normally here now. So it came normal output, right? Now I want to do one thing here. So I'll delete here my name. So I'll delete here my name. What happens now we can see. So if I delete my name, app got crashed. So if app got crashed here, now you can go to Lackyat. Here you can see the error is fatal exception main. So if you see the fatal exception main, simple it says that array out of bound exception. See, this is the one array out of bound exception. So simple, just you can remember if array out of bound exception means array length, all the array length is not equal. So all the array length should be equal. In case if data is not there, just you can put the comma, you can put null value. But that particular position should not be, means length should not be a less. Length should be equal. But the data, maybe the data should be null. See now, here it came empty. But output has K. So these all are the things we have to remember from this recycler view. So it is clear, or you have any questions on the recycler view side?
Sir, student adapter class, can you explain once?
Yeah. So first in this, like first I'll explain once again. So what we are doing here now. So how many, like in a XML, just I added the recycler view. Then after this, how many arrays you want, that many arrays we have to create here. After that here, so for this recycler view, we need a linear layout manager. So we have to map the data with linear layout manager because of the orientation as well as the array, like how to define arrays in ascending order or descending order, that we have to define here this. Then after that, here we have to map, we have to create a custom adapter. So that custom adapter, I created the adapter name as a student adapter. So once I create here, now that will be create as a custom adapter along with the constructor. So these are the constructor values. So with these values, it will create. Then after here, now we have to extend this as a Recyclerview dot adapter. So within a that, here we have to create what is the class name, that dot my view holder you have to create. So once you create here, now it will ask that custom, like whenever it is extended as a review recycler view, it has three implemented methods. That is, one is the on create view holder, on bind view holder, and get item length. So these three methods will create. On top of that, so we added one extra class here, my folder, right? So with that name, you have to create a class that should be extended as a recycler view class. So we have to extend that is the recycler view. Then you have to localize this data, whatever the data we are getting in a constructor. So that you have to localize here. So then once it is localized, you have to go to here, you have to create the XML file how you want that you have to create here. Then come back here. So we have to define the binding here. So we declared here the binding where we define here binding, how to define. Then using the layout inflator here, we have to create a view. Layout inflator we have to create, and layout we have to define. So that we have to give the view to the my view folder. Then within a my view folder, just we have to map that binding here. And then within this on bind view folder, we have to map the data, and you have to give the listeners. So here we have to find out the any one of the array length, so that it will be repeat that many times, that loop will be repeat internally. That so just you can practice more than 2 to 3 times, then you will get a full clarity on this. Still you have any questions? So I'll explain you even after this similar program. While we are discussing about the web services, there also we will deal, but instead of this local data, we will deal the data which is coming from the server side, that we will deal there. Right, that you can practice there, we will see. So with this, the basic arrays related things has completed. So next we will see the dialogues. So how to do the dialogues, how to deal with the dialogues, so that we will see the next step. Right, so today I'm not giving any task because this is a lengthy process. First you have to practice.
Yes, sir. I need to check this. Let us.
Yeah, that's why I'm not giving any task. First you can do, then we will see the next steps.
Please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.